So we are going to talk about the point slope form today. So the point slope form can be found in your formula chart for Algebra 1. So if you go back to the very front of your journal, we have standard form, which we've already learned about, slope-intercept form, point slope form, and slope of a line. So point slope form is this: y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So that's what we are going to write right here. Point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Okay, so we have a y1, which will come from a point, the m will come from a slope, and the x1 will come from a point. Okay, so we are going to do some examples. Example, given a point and the slope, find the equation of a line in y equals mx plus b. So our first example is going to be 2, 1, and m equals 4. So whenever we're given a point, we're going to name this x1, y1. We're going to use the formula, and we are going to plug in y1, m, and x1. So we'll start out with y minus y1. So it already has a minus there. So I'm just going to put in this one in that spot where it says y1 over here. Equals, instead of m, I'm going to put 4. So I'm going to substitute x minus x1, which is 2. So I need to simplify this and then transform it to say y equals mx plus b. So we have y minus 1 equals, this parentheses, we need to get rid of it. So the way we get rid of it is by distributing. So it'll be 4x, 4 times a negative 2 is negative 8. And then we're solving it out to say y equals. So we need to get rid of this minus 1 and do plus 1 on both sides. So it's y equals 4x minus 7. And the way that you can check your work is go to y equals. We're going to put in that equation. So 4x minus 7. Make sure you put a minus and not a negative. And I already see that the slope is m, which is 4. So that's one thing to check. The next thing to check is that 2, 1 is on our table. So go to table of values. I'm going to go 2, 1. So that is a point that's on this graph. And then my slope is 4. So we did good on that. So let's do example 2. And do negative 7, 2, and m equals 6. So I need to do x1, y1. And then there's my m. So I'm going to plug in the formula again. So y minus y1 is 2 equals m, which is 6, parentheses, x minus x1, which is minus negative 7. So I have minus and negative. So I need to actually change that. Keep, change, flip. So now I have y minus 2 equals 6, parentheses, x plus 7. We need to solve it out, so we need to distribute. So y minus 2 equals 6x plus 42. need to get rid of this minus 2 by doing plus 2. These cancel, and I get y equals 6x, 42 plus 2 plus 44. Okay, so one thing I need to check is the slope is 6, correct? Next thing I need to check is the point. So I'm going to go to y equals, I'm going to put in this 6x plus 44. Now I need to look at my table and make sure negative 7, 2 is there. Oh, I need to see. Negative 7, 2 is on my table, so that means we did it right. Okay, the next problem is going to be, these examples will be given 2 points. Find the equation of a line in y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm going to say this is C. We have negative 3, 7, and 2, 5. Okay, so I'm given 2 points, but I don't have the slope. So I'm going to need to find my slope. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm first going to need to use the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this equals y2 is 5 minus y1, 7 over 2 minus a negative 3. 5 minus 7, or 5 plus a negative 7. Negative 2 over 2 minus negative, so it's plus 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so now I have m equals negative 2 fifths. So I'm on my way to finding the equation. So the next thing we need to do is do our y minus y1. So y minus, so which one do I use? Honestly, it doesn't even matter. You can pick this one or you can pick this one. But you got to be consistent. So I'm just going to pick this one. So y minus 7 equals negative 2 over 5 x minus a negative 30. Okay, 1 minus 7 will stay the same, equals, okay, minus a negative, that's going to be plus. I'm not going to rewrite it this time. So negative 2 fifths x. Negative 2 fifths times 3 is negative 6 fifths. We need to plus 7, y equals negative 2 fifths x. I can work that out, but I'm just going to use my calculator. Negative 6 over 5. Negative 6, whoops. Over 5. I'm going to do plus 7. So that's 29 over 5. Plus 29 over 5. So that's my equation. So I'm going to put that in. That seems kind of ugly, doesn't it? Because we have to fractions, but that's okay. So alpha y equals, go put in negative 2 over 5 x plus alpha y equals 29 over 5. Oh, I should have done that. Over 5. So that's my fraction. It's my equation. So I just need to check and see that both of these points are open. Go to your table of values. I need -3, 7. Yep, there. And 2, 5. Same. So we did it right, even though it took us quite a while. Okay, and our last example is given the point slope form, find the point and slope then write in slope intercept form.
Hey, Mom. What's it in?
Hey, Olivia. The kids just came in. Hey, I'm recording a lesson for them tomorrow. Could you stay quiet for me? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's do, this will be part D. So we're going to do y plus 3 equals 2/3 x minus 9. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to write the equation down below. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1.
Mom.
I'm kind of running out of space. Okay, so see how this says y plus 3? The only way to write minus would be minus a negative. Minus a negative 3 would give us that. So that means that -3 is our y1. And our m is 2/3. And our x1 is 9. So we can write that as, we want x1, y1 is x1 is, that's just the bell for the end of the day, not for y'all's class, 9 and -3. And our m is 2/3. Okay, and then the last thing is go ahead and change this over to slope intercept form. So remember, slope intercept form is your y equals mx plus b. So we have y plus 3 equals 2/3 x minus 9. So we need to distribute this. So 2/3 x, and then 2/3 times 9, times -9. Y equals 2/3 times -9 is -6. So then I need to do -3 on both sides. So that gives me y equals 2/3 x minus 9. Sorry that looks so bad.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so let's go to y equals, and we are going to change this to 2/3 x minus 9. And we're going to check to see if this point is on there. Table. 9 and -3. So that works. We did it right. Okay, so your assignment is to do this assignment. Make sure you show work. You can't just put answers in. You must show work the way that I did each one of these sections. Okay? Y'all have a great day.
Mom, I need
Olivia,
to...
say bye.
Why?
Say bye to the class.
Why?
Say bye.
Bye, hi.